Hey guys, I'm going to walk you through fixing R.O.B, my robot operating buddy, for the original Nintendo Entertainment System. So I'm going to show you the symptoms first. I have gyro mic plugged in, and what I'm going to do is use the controller just to navigate to the settings that we're going to initiate through R.O.B looking at the TV, and we're going to do the direct setting. Okay, so what we're going to do now is you're going to see me move the controller up, down, left, right, and then there's also a close and an open, and you're going to see what motions that he'll perform. So we're going to turn on R.O.B. He's going to go through an initial testing, and I think the problem I had with this is that he wouldn't move back to the left or he gets stuck, and you can see that right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of reset him to the center, and I'm going to select the different options on the controller. So first we're going to push up. That works. Down. That works. Close. And then open. And then we'll do up one more time. And we'll go to the right. And then left. And you can see he's having a problem moving to the left. So that means that there is a problem with the motor and the gear setup. And we're going to open this guy up and we're going to see what's wrong in there. Okay, so let's open him up. Already took the batteries out. So now that we've taken that part out, we can put the plastics aside. Be careful if the metal falls out from the battery compartment. Okay, so now what we're going to mess with is the gearbox. And this is this particular area right here. So we're going to take apart those holding screws. Okay, take off the gearbox. And now we're going to take apart the gearbox. It's nice that they used all the same size screws. So I just put the batteries back in just to show you what happens when we turn it on. So this is the main, I guess you can call it the pinion gear that makes R.O.B turn left and right. So when I turn it on, you can see if I touch it, it stops. So it's not getting the direct pressure that it needs to make R.O.B spin left or right. So when I open up the gearbox, you're going to see a bunch of gears inside. These are fairly simple to remember the location. They kind of only fit really one way. You can see there's your main pinion gear on the motor, and then these different drive gears. So I'm just going to pull out these gears, and then this is the guy we want to work on. Okay, so you got this yellowish colored gear here, and then there's a metal spacer, and we're going to pull that out. And what we want to do is we want to put glue on this spring piece here, and it needs to stick to that metal piece. That's the part that's spinning and therefore not making the connection that it needs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some Bondic, which is kind of like the ultraviolet resin. So we're going to take this and we're going to take a little of the Bondic and we're just going to put it in this 4 key areas here where the bumps are, if you will, where the bends are. Make a nice dollop of each. So these 3 locations. Okay, so I'm going to put this back on here, and then we're going to put the spacer on. We'll let the Bondic touch, and then we're going to put the light on for about 10 to 15 seconds on each of those areas. Now you could use Crazy Glue or Gorilla Glue. I pretty much chose to use this because this stuff's been awesome and works wonders. Okay, so now that we have that piece bonded to that metal, it's not going to spin amongst itself when the motor turns the gear. So let's assemble the gearbox. Okay, you can see basically the main gears all touching each other. Alright, I'm just going to put the cover on, and then I'm going to turn it on and off, and you're going to see that when I touch this, it's going to drag my fingers a little bit. It's not slipping like it was. Okay, so now we're going to mount the gearbox and put everything back together. Now you might ask the same question. If you had the problem with R.O.B going up and down, you'd basically open up the gearbox inside here, which has the same configuration for the up and down motion. There he goes. Right. Okay, he's on, so we're going to go through the same testing again. This time we're going to push down. Up. Left. Oh, sorry, right. And then left. And left again. Okay. R.O.B is working. All right, let's give it a test with the game.